Hey, what's going on? It's Glendon Cameron, founder of Hustlers Kung Fu. Today, we're going to talk about paid traffic, what you need to know, how to deploy it, and how to get started. Now, if you're one of those people who's like, I'm not ever going to pay for any traffic, I'm going to get all my stuff organically, don't watch this video because I don't want to see your haterade comments up in the comments. All right? Also, today is the last day for those of you who want to get in the hustle camp before it goes up to $25,000 to $3,000. Hensely, because I've added the live component to live training, and it's going to go up some more. So if you want to save and get those t-shirts and stuff, do it. So let's talk about paid traffic. What is paid traffic? It's whenever you buy influence through traffic, Google, Facebook, Instagram, which is Facebook, and a few other ones. But for the most people, we're going to talk, and influencer traffic, which is paid traffic. But we're going to talk about Google and we're going to talk about Facebook because those are the big boys. Bing, it kind of comes into the conversation, but not really. So you're buying traffic, and I want you to understand something. The way that it is going within the next 3 to 5 years, regardless of how good your blog is, regardless of how good your YouTube channel is, regardless of how good whatever you have on the internet, you're going to have to pay to be put on. I mean, seriously, in 5 or 6 years, unless you are exceptionally fantastic, you're just not going to be able to be found. And as I was explaining to Valencia and her Greg, who are funny, that's her boyfriend, he's funny as hell. YouTube has an inventory of videos that's just too big. I got 69,000 subscribers, right? And only maybe 3 to 10% of y'all get notifications that a video's up. And this is YouTube's way of trying to present the best content to people who are looking for it. And they're getting better and better at it. But unless your channel is popping, no one's going to find you. And the thing is, this isn't to be misconstrued that your content is not good. I'll tell you my story. I was rolling on YouTube 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. I kind of hit a roadblock. First, there was the deletion bug where essentially for like 3 months, I didn't get any net subscribers. And then there was I just wasn't getting any traction. I mean, I would put out a video, and this is what's funny because when 2010, I had hardly any subscribers, and I put out a video, I had like seriously 127, maybe 300 subscribers, and I would get 1,000 views. Then this thing happened where I had roughly about 27,000 subscribers, and then I would put out the video and get like 200 or 300 views. It was like, whoa, what's going on? And that's when YouTube started monkeying around with the algorithm, right? And that's when they started to do things a little differently. Well, I had to make a decision because I used to be that dude. I'm like, I'm not paying for traffic. I'm not paying for traffic. What are you talking about? Paying for traffic? That's a little crazy. I'm not going to pay for traffic. I'm not going to do that. But after a few months of not getting any views, not getting anything, I was like, well, maybe I need to pay for some traffic. And it worked like gangbusters. It worked like crazy. Then the way that I utilized paid traffic did not work. It stopped working. I mean, it's just essentially the internet is this constant organism of change. It's always changing. And that's something that I've become very comfortable with. But in the beginning it was rough because I was like, I do it, it'll work for a few months, then it stopped working. I've deployed a new YouTube strategy using paid traffic that worked crazy like the last 2 months. I got like close to 20,000 subscribers, right? Then it stopped working. But I got another one that I'm working on. So essentially, and it was well worth it because one of the things that I did was I began to point people where I wanted them. Because right now I've got a strategy that's going on. I'll know in 48 hours how well it worked, because you don't really get your data until like 24. But I need to look at 48 hours to 72 hours of data before I make any decisions or changes. So I'm just telling you from a standpoint as a internet user, as a creator, as someone who makes money, it's going to be hard. Now, right now, you can still get put on organically. You still can if you're good enough, if you're talented enough. But if you are just kind of like average, well, I wouldn't even say average. Let's just say you have very good content, but you don't know how to flip the levers to make your content be seen. That's going to be hard, and it's going to get harder and harder, because when I first started using paid traffic for the channel, I used to get 3 times as much for my money because, one, mobile. Mobile, 60-some% of YouTube's traffic is mobile. Back then it wasn't. It was all desktop. So I had higher CPMs. I had all kinds of nice things that were going on, right? But then that changed. And the trend of mobile is not going nowhere. I mean, there's a lot of people, this is all they own. This is the only internet device they have. They have this and maybe a tablet. Maybe a tablet and a cell phone. This is all they have. And the trend is not going to reverse itself. The new iPhone 10 is actually smaller than this joint, but the screen is the same size. So you're going to have people who, unless, they're architects of the internet, who have to create stuff, who have to make stuff, you're going to have people who will not have a phone. They will have they'll have a smartwatch. They'll have an iPhone. So more than likely, 75% of YouTube traffic is going to be mobile. Think about that. So if you're not designing your videos for mobile, if you're not deploying your traffic strategy for mobile, you are not going to win. It's just that simple. Because once again, I've made a lot of changes. I've deployed some stuff. And if you are going to be a creator on any of these platforms, I don't care if it's Twitch, I don't care if it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, unless you already have a large established audience, it's going to be increasingly more difficult to be discovered and to be seen. So I'm just telling you this because there's a lot of people who are on this tip of, I'm not going to pay for traffic. I'm not going to spend money for traffic. And let me go ahead and explain. And for some of you who may know who this guy is Dan Deadbeat Super Affiliate. He's going to be on the show. And we're going to talk about this some more because essentially, let's say you're willing to spend money for traffic. $5, $10 a day. I'm going to tell you my testing budget on the project was like $1,500, just testing. Not really seeking any results, just to see if I pull this lever, what's going to happen. I pull this lever, what's going to happen. I pull this lever, what's going to happen. $1,500 just testing. Because when you test and you develop a good traffic protocol, you could literally make hundreds of thousands of dollars in a week. So, that's what I'm saying. So scaling with $5, you can do it. And if you have a good offer, because this is something else I should tell you, and you can check my Facebook page. Oh yeah, just for, I'm gonna put this up there. There it is. Follow me on Instagram. This is where I do my day-to-day stuff, and this is where I give away free stuff. So you want to be on Instagram and you want to be quick, just saying. But if you're brand new and you have no experience, you do not need to be buying traffic. Let me say that again. If you're brand new, you have no experience, even if you have money, you still don't need to be buying traffic, because once we get into it, because right now there's this broad umbrella when I say paid traffic, but there are so many different versions of paid traffic for the Google Display Network that is sick. There's PPC, there's Google Display Network, there's Google in-stream video, there's a lot to it. Then there are a lot of ways to deploy that paid traffic strategy. And then, so it can be very, very confusing. So even if you have money, you could blow through a lot of money. and not get any results because you don't understand. Like my video strategy, which I will share with the people in Hustle Camp, and I will share in this video, because we don't even know what we're going to call it, but we're going to do a paid traffic course. I'll share that strategy, which works very well now. I'll share that in the course. But for those of you who are with no experience, let's just go ahead and break it down. You have no blog, you have no Instagram, you have no YouTube, you have nothing. What you need to do, and I'm going to write it down because I'm going to hold it up here. You need to do this, and you don't need to do anything else for about 6 months to a year. This is all you need to do. And it's called direct response. Direct response is you put out an offer and they say yes or no. And you keep putting out offers until enough people start saying yes to establish some cash flow. You need to direct response is cold calling. Direct response is all up in the DMs. Direct response is in Facebook. Direct response is on LinkedIn. Essentially, you put out an offer and see if they go for it. And if they don't go for it, you figure out why they didn't go for it, and then you put out an offer again, and you keep putting out offers, you keep putting out offers. This is brutal, but you need to do it because, one, a lot of things are going to happen. Because let's go with paid traffic. Paid traffic does not work without a good offer. I'll give you an example. When I'm running traffic on my channel, if the video that I use has a 35% watch through rate, I kill it, I kick it, I get rid of it because this is YouTube. Now, 35% watch through rate might be really, really good for someone else, once again, with the various forms of paid traffic. But for me, it does not work with what I'm doing. So I aim for 70 to 77% watch through. That's what I do when I run my campaigns. And this goes back to making a good video. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what kind of strategy you have. If your video or your content is not good, this is what Google and this is what Facebook's going to do to you. They're going to take your money. Let's be clear about that. They're going to take your money, but they're going to cut your effectiveness into thirds. So let's say you spend $100 and you got, just keep it easy, 1,000 impressions, right? If your offer is really bad and your video or your content is really bad, they're going to take your $100, but they're only going to give you 300 impressions. So once again, just from a cost-benefit analysis standpoint, you need to make very good videos, very good content, very good offers, very good ads, because your money will go much further, because this is how Google looks at it. And it's from the user experience. So if someone puts up a video and it's killing it, and it has like a 70 to 80% watch view rate, that video's kicking, it's popping. So what Google's going to do is reduce your cost and expand your reach, because this is something that people have said, hey, I like this. And then that makes Google looks good, and it also makes you look good. So they're going to actually cut you a break and give you more. Now, let's say you make a trashy ad and it doesn't really convert that well. Let's say it has a 25% watch through rate. Google and Facebook may actually crank you down to, instead of 1,000 impressions, you might get 200 impressions. So you are literally paying 5 times as much as someone who's putting out a good offer and a good ad. And this is why you should do direct response, so you can learn how to what? Create a good offer, create a good video. You need to learn how to do that. That is hands down the first thing you need to do, because if you don't, you're going to spend a lot of money and you're not going to get results. Because Google, Facebook, Bing, all of them, they will take your money and they're just going to give you less of that. Also, going back to the internet and how these things are, let's say there's 100 spots for this particular niche, and 90 people are paying for positioning in that niche, right? So that's 10 organic spots open. Do you know how hard it's going to be to get into those 10 organic spots? It's going to be ridiculously hard because there's 10. This is not like the internet of 2007 where there was like niches with no competition. There were people who were literally printing money because there was no competition. But if you, as a novice, go out and start buying traffic, you're going to lose money. You may spend through your whole thing, and then you're going to become disenfranchised, and then you're going to quit. Also, that's some of the stuff that's going to happen is I think we are still in the infancy, and I know people are like, well, YouTube's 12 years old, and Facebook and YouTube are duking it out. Facebook's going to win, and I don't think so. I think what Facebook is going to do and what YouTube's going to do is YouTube's going to like, okay, I need to compete. I'm YouTube, I'm Google. I don't need to be losing. I don't need to be taking no L's. So they're going to do some nice stuff because, like, give you an example. This product I'm using now, this Google live stream, they have changed that since yesterday. I did a live stream last night, and now there's this new little thing where you don't have to go in and do all these gyrations. So essentially, the competition is great because it's going to make Google improve their products because this stream hasn't dropped. And I wonder if that is because the improvement or my internet is just super, super excited today. But tomorrow I'm getting new internet. So these live streams I might be able to live stream in 4K, which would be awesome. Just saying. But the competition is good because it's going to make all of these folks stand out, put better products out for us, and it's going to be cool. So for those of you who, let's see, I'm going to get in the comments in just a second because what I want to do is have people go ahead and put in there, like, what's your level of experience of buying paid traffic? And we'll say level 1 is 0 months to maybe 6 months. And we're going to say a level 2, you got a year under your belt, and level 3, you've been buying traffic for maybe 3 or 4 years. Just put, where you are in there. All right. So Dank Souls, what's going on, man? D. Coleman Show, what's up? Pharaoh, what's up? What's up, Archangel? What's up, Yolanda? Sweeney Enterprises, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where in the world today? It is afternoon. Let's see. 804 is my name. Hey, Glenda, how do I give you my number? And also, I have questions, don't have much money. Okay, let's just address that. If you want to give me your number, go below the video, and it says, give me your number, and just hit that, and then you can give me your number. I do not talk to anyone, and I'm going to tell you why. And it's not like I don't want to talk to you. It's because I am extremely busy. Just started this new book. I'm going to show it to you because I actually got the first chapter done this morning. This is, a lot of you are asking about this. This will be the Hustler's Mindset. It's probably going to drop sometime in November, and it's going to be deep. You thought the Hustler's Mindset, Pimping Your Mind for Success was cool. This will delve into the psychology of dating, entrepreneurship, and things that you need to do, because strictly from a primal biological imperative, that makes us do what we do. And if you just go along with that biological imperative, you're going to get screwed hard and not in the manner that you want. So that book's coming. So be sure, once again, to follow me on Instagram, and be sure to get on my email list and to give me your phone number, because I'm going to be sending out specials and stuff. And if you ain't on the list, you ain't getting it. So that's how you give me. What's up, Dante? What's up, Jen? You're right, I am, because, all right, let's talk about this. Strange thing happened today with Patty, because Patty is starting to get the emails that I used to get. And understand, I don't talk to anyone, because if I start talking to all of y'all, I could actually never get anything done. And it just blew her mind, because one, the first few phases was y'all, and a lot of y'all still don't believe Patty real. Y'all just don't believe Patty real. You're just like, and be like, Glendon, this is you. I know this ain't Patty. This is you. I don't have the time, but you'll see that in the future. What's up, Lamode? What's up, Rally? What's up, Roger? Steele? What's up, Foreigner? Yeah, that was a Freudian slip. Orgasm. What's up, New Juru guy? E. Sanchez on mobile right now at work. What's up, Douglas? Oh, snap. What's up, the Wild Jones Report? Let's see. Ranting. All right, hold on. Let's go back. What's up, Ranting Rome? Digital Underground sales and marketing. He's speaking the truth right now. Is that part about like you could spend a lot of money and it will not go that far because your content and your offering is booty? I'm telling you, it is real. Be for real. I'm completely new and I don't have anything, not even a Facebook because I deleted it years ago. I'm starting off with nothing, just email. Be for real. You need to find a product, an affiliate product or something that you can get behind, something that thrills you, that makes your balls tingle, and get on the phone and get in those DMs and hammer for 6 months to a year. Because this is what you're going to learn. You're going to learn intuitively how to craft an offer. And the offer, the video, that is, I don't care how much, you could have $1 million, and if your offer is whack, you could spend $1 million and you will not make any money. That's just how important it is to learn how to craft an offer. Thirds, ouch. What's up, Creative and Quality LLC? What's up? E-Pimp, what's going on? Douglas Jones is a 1. Archangel's a 1. Farrell's a 1. Digital Underground Sales and Marketing, he's a 3. E-Pimp's 0. Oliver 1. What's up, Deadbeat Super Affiliate? That's funny. I was just talking about you. This is Dan. I met Dan. Let me show you something because he seriously is in this costume at all times. I've never seen the man. I think I've seen him in regular clothes like once. And he was at Vid Summit. He's a good dude. He's going to be on the show. And it is some funny stuff. Let's see. Hold on. Because I got a picture of him. Because this is so funny. Hold on. Give me a moment because I got a lot of pictures. Good Lord. Bam. All right, let's just blow it up. Make sure he's in all his glory. He is for real about that robe, for real. But we're going to have him on the show, and he'll break down some stuff for you. He's a good dude. Let's see. Try level 1 through Google AdWords. Dante level 2, stick to AdWords. Theodore. And, this is my thing. I think you need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to craft an offer before you mess with Facebook or anything. Just what I'm saying. The link. No, I do not mentor anybody. Ross, Patty's like Norm's wife from Cheers. You never see her. Jay Fleming, I have a confession. I'm Patty. You need to stop. DJ Wells, level 1. Ben the bartender. No problem. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be on the show. We're going to chop some stuff up. But essentially, what's going to happen on the internet in 3 to 5 years is you are not going to be you're going to have to figure a way to get some attention because think of it this way. The internet is so crowded. There's so many people and it's so noisy, right? Like right now, there's an ad. You go on Facebook, your Facebook feed is rolling, your Instagram is rolling, right? There ain't nothing compared to what it's going to be like in 5 years. And what Google and Facebook are going to do is they're going to punish people that do not have good content. Right now, like, my YouTube videos, I used to be able to put paid ads on any video, whether it was cussing or not in there. Didn't matter. Now, I can't cuss or it will be deleted. I mean, I let a little slip in one video and they found it just like that. And I was just like, damn. And, it's going to be very, very rough. Mr. Knowledge, we're going to talk about Google AdWords, Facebook, paid traffic. All the questions need to be congruent with the topic. Thank you. So, how many of you want to make money online but don't know how? How many of you are in that situation? Because you got the hustler porn people who are just like, hey, 6 months ago, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about the internet. Now I'm driving a Lambo. Let me tell you something about a lot of those guys. The majority of them are making their money from their courses. They're not making it from Amazon. They're not making it because they have affiliates, and the affiliates are like, hey, this is the best course ever, because they get whatever, they get 50% or more of whatever the deal is. So if it's a $500 course, they're getting $250. They make 4 sales a week. That's a G a week. 4 sales. So they're very motivated. All right. Ads and FB Messenger. Yep. And that's Patty. See, Patty's in there, but hold on. My hands. I'm not Patty, but y'all still believe that. All right. So pay traffic level 1. Broderick, I know how to make money. I want to shift to making a living. That's a very good distinction, because that's something I used to bring up. Anyone can make, $100. Like my AdSense is like $1,900 so far for this month. I can't live on that. If I was in Thailand or Bali somewhere, yeah, I could live on that, but I can't live on that in Atlanta. So that's one of the things. And I'm going to give you some guidelines, because when you become self-employed, things change. If you're making $50,000 a year from your job, you probably need to make 60 self-employed, because you're going to have some additional expenses, but it's going to really offset nicely. I think that everyone has the potential to make 6 figures online right now in the next 5 or 6 years. Everyone. But if you do not pick something and dedicate yourself to it for 6 months to 3 years, let me say that again, 6 months to 3 years, and you just keep jumping around, like I see a lot of people like gophers, they're here, just heads popping up, and they're all over the place, and they're not devoting themselves singularly to something and becoming good at it and becoming accomplished. You're going to be eaten alive in this new internet, because the 16-year-olds, the 17-year-olds, the 18-year-olds, the 19-year-olds, these are not the kids of yesteryear. I want you to think about this. And I know a girl who's doing this. She's 18 years old. She has a YouTube channel, and she makes $100,000 a month. Yeah, she moved out. Her parents were like, well, no, we're going to control this. And the minute she was 18, she changed all those accounts, took that money, and moved out. Do you understand? There are people, as we referenced with Valencia the other day, who are 30, 32, who've never had a job. These are the best times in the world if you're willing to do the work. It has been 18, 19 years since I've had a job. And I'm 51. So I have, from my working, I have almost, let me think about this. Let me see, because 18, so let's just pull 18 out of 51. I need pen and paper, because I want to be right, because if I say it wrong, y'all going to be all over me, you savages. So 33 years of my life working, so minus 18. Wow. That's deep. So I am 3 years over the time that I worked a job. I have been self-employed business owner longer than I worked a job. And I'm going to tell you, it changes you. It changes you like you wouldn't believe. Let's see. Sure thing, Sean. Brian Crow. Don't know nothing about it, 50-year-old truck driver, owner, operator. I don't know how you can get started. Brian Crow. This is one of the things, and if you can't afford Hustle Camp, don't jump into it because it's a grip, but it's a lot of information. What we do in Hustle Camp is we first of all we get you a budget, because I don't care how much money you make. If you don't have a budget, if you can't handle the money you have right now, you're not going to handle more money better. That's just facts. Then we're going to do the scary exercise of what's your net worth, and then we're going to get into the section very shortly of creating additional hustles, because I see a lot of you guys who are truck drivers, and the way that I understand how truck driving works, you're driving 10, 12 hours a day. So you can't buy stuff and flip it unless you're really good. So you got to make a choice. And this is my opinion. If you're an over-the-road truck driver and you want to do internet marketing or something, you need to get out of that truck and you need to get a job or a local route so you have time to develop your business. Because a lot of you guys are driving 10, 12, 15 hours. You just simply don't have the time and you don't have the energy. Now, that may not be your situation, Brian, but that's what I'm just saying. What's up, T King? Joshua Hill, I can't take this Lambo drive and having small 2-bedroom, 2-bath LA living person seriously. Ranting Rome, yep, definitely. You got to have more time to definitely invest in yourself. Dante, everything changes when you're self-employed. Yes, it does. Now, this is another thing too, Dante J. Life gets real when there are no sales coming in. You have to keep that pot stirred. Well, here's one of the things, and I'll kind of give you my situation, because I say AdSense isn't a lot, but 2,500, almost 3,000 a month, just boom on the 23rd. That's nice. That would be more. Wow, that would be bigger than most people's retirement checks. So here's my thing. I have consulting. I'll spell that right. I have course sales. I have YouTube AdSense. And I'm going to have live training. So these are going to be my income buckets. Just make sure that. Income buckets, and I'm gonna put 2,500 to 3,000 there. All right, so this is how you get around the no sales things. All right, so any one of the everything except for my AdSense can support me. The consulting can support me. Course sales can support me. And the live training can support me. YouTube AdSense at the moment cannot support me. So I have 4 things that can pay all the bills, keep me living in the standard of living I have. Now, also, let's be really clear about this. I do not spend, I am saving 80% of my income. Now, because my income is so high, that 80% is very nice. I mean, the 20% is very nice, but this is one of the things we teach you in Hustle Camp, because here's something that a lot of people are trying to do. They're trying to save their way to wealth, and it's just not going to happen. Or they're trying to invest their way to wealth. I'm not going to get on the Bitcoin thing, but I had a lot of people fight me on that Bitcoin video because, I got $51,000 in Bitcoin. Big fucking whoop, right? Because I have way more money that has come from having a business. That, I want you to think about this. I bought my Bitcoin and I had it in a wallet and I kind of forgot about it. I knew where it was because a lot of folks have Bitcoin and they can't access their wallet and they're freaking out. And I was like, oh, 51,000. I wasn't phased. I make more than $51,000 per month. So, people are like, hey, you need to invest, you need to do this. No, I don't. I could lose all that Bitcoin and it will not change my investment plan. It will not change my retirement. It will do nothing. And that's what I want for you. Stop with this limiting belief stuff. Stop with this. Well, I'm gonna hold on to this 80,000 because someone put like I got 80,000 that may be for my retirement. To be retired in the next 15 to 20 years, you're gonna need a nest egg of 750,000 to 3 million. 80 grand, you know how fast that's gonna go when you have no more active income? It's gonna go like that. It'll be gone in a year or two. Oh, wait, because you're diluting your Bitcoin position, you actually have less money to appreciate. Let's see. My last job was in 2008. I'm 32. Jay Fleming, congratulations. Louis the Seller. I walked out of my last job in 2000. A few months later, after I quit my office, moved to the World Trade Center, working for myself, saved my life, literally. I've heard a lot of stories like that from people in New York. And it's kind of spooky, too, because you could have been in the office that day and you wouldn't be here. ePimp, stark contrast from what I was taught. Go to school, start with Megacorp at 20 years and retire from there 40 years with the gold watch. Everything has changed. Everything. Last job with me was the military, July 2009. Found G a few months later, haven't looked back. Wow, you've been with me a while. Just to let y'all know, next August, I'm going to kind of start my 10th anniversary specials and stuff like early, because August 3rd, 2018, well, August 4th, 2018 will be my 10th year on YouTube. That's crazy, right? So just be prepared for that, because I'm gonna ham, as they say. Louis the Seller, I always get sad when I meet someone that doesn't have at least one online business. There are just so many ways to earn a living without having to leave your house. Truth.com. You got to have these multiple streams of income. DJ Wells, I'm a courier, private contract. I'm a courier at OSU Med, private contractor, 700 a week, cake work. My last job was 2015. Roger Steele, I'm coming out of the military myself, and Uncle G got me back to my personal development. Creative and Quality LLC, yes, multiple streams of income. What's up, Anderson? Yeah, Douglas, there's a lot of people who can't get into their wallets. 80 grand is 1 year of adult diapers. Stop it! Ross Gino, true. Dude who created Family Guy was supposed to take a flight 9/11. He was late playing. I think that was Seth MacFarlane. I think I read about that. That's just deep. It's just really deep. So essentially, let's go ahead with the trajectory of what you should do if you have no online experience. First thing that you need to do is find some kind of sales job. Even if you're not positioned to go at it from a part-time position, get yourself a sales job and learn the art of crafting an offer. Crafting an offer is so important. You got to do it, because let's just say everything else in your funnel is great. You got your upsells, you got all this stuff, but your first offer is booty. It is not going anywhere. I don't care how much money you throw at it. It is just not going anywhere. And that is one of the things that, once again, in 3 to 5 years, paid traffic will not be what it is today. And this is why you got to get in now, because let's do this. Let me give you a situation. You get you a sales job, or you get you an affiliate offer or something like that, right? Then you play around with all the platforms, and this is just playing around. You get you a blog, and you figure out how you can get traffic to this blog, and this is the stuff you do $5-10 a day on. You do the blog, you do a YouTube channel, you spend a little money, and then you concurrently learn how to craft an offer, and you, with little risk, you learn how to buy traffic. Because the thing is, if it will not convert for $10 a day, it's not going to convert at $1,500 a day. It's just not. So let's see. Pamela Campbell, I'm a retired nurse. Tater Tot twins. Davina Jane Brown, learned so much from you. I mean, the paid traffic game is going to be crazy because I'm not going to mention any names, but I know some people who did some stuff that worked like gangbusters like 2 years ago. It don't work no more because essentially what happens is Google and Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, they're always changing. Because like I said, I had a paid traffic strategy that worked like gangbusters for 2.5 months, and it don't work no more. I figured out why it doesn't work anymore, but it doesn't work anymore. I think about that. So you got to consistently be on the scene because let's say you drop into paid traffic 3 years from now. What happens is things that change, sometimes they kind of go back to what they were used to be. So if you are coming in and you're doing this new thing, and then when it goes back to the way it used to be, you don't even know. It's kind of like you should come into a real estate market at the bottom, not the top. You should come at the bottom because you come at the top, you're going to pay too much, you're going to lose money. But yeah, I mean, it's really, really crazy. All right, I'm going to put this out here for you folks who are like straight up beginners. What kind of information do you need to get started with making money online? And understand you can do blogging, it makes a lot of money. You can do a YouTube channel, makes a lot of money. You can do an Instagram channel, makes a lot of money. You can set up a Facebook page, makes a lot of money. You can set up a Facebook group, makes a lot. There's so many ways. So what do you really need to straighten out your path for making money online? What kind of help do you need? Because, and remember, there is no stupid question. There is no dumb question, because if you got that question, a lot of other people. No, I will still cuss on videos. It's just when I'm doing a video that I know I want to put paid traffic on, I'm going to not cuss. Also, they're so sensitive and strict that they will nail you on thumbnails. No cussing, nothing else. The thumbnail's wrong, they'll put shocking content on it in a heartbeat. Pharaoh Phoenix, what about learning about SEO and coding software about targeting ads? Okay. SEO from a standpoint of organic traffic is almost dead. So you need to learn SEO to help craft better offers, but you can still get put on by SEO now, but in 5 years, unless something changes, I think you'll be dead in the water just depending on SEO, unless it's already something that's built. Louis the Seller, I've already paid a few hundred in FB paid traffic, and I've had no sales from merch by Amazon sales. What other sites would you consider the best and second option for advertising? Well, Louis the Seller, you're doing something wrong. You need to reduce your spend, and you need to sharpen up your offer, because I know someone who's paying like $30 a day and making $300 selling merch. So once again, it is your offer. It's your copywriting. That stuff is important. Pamela Campbell, sounds good. I have a rental problem, but it suck. Erica Williams, yes, once paid $25 for our sister's hair salon. Phone calls off the chain for 2 weeks. FB ads, all kinds of different. You got to really craft your ads, and I'm going to go a little different here. This is why I have completely come out of physical products except for my own merch, because let's go way, way back when I first started. I want to tell y'all that when I wrote that book and I made $62,000 in 11 months, it changed my life. You don't understand. I was like, wait a minute. I can write a book and talk on the YouTube and make enough money to live on? Oh, you're going to have to pull my little clammy fingers from around this. And I think many people don't understand the power, the authority of YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. It is literally life-changing, and people want to come in like up here versus coming in where they need to come in and learning and working their way up. Because let's talk about the Lambo dudes. 90% of them will be doing something else next year. There's one of those guys in the group that I'm in, and he puts out these things, and I know exactly what's wrong with his channel. I actually know how to help him. Am I? No, because he's on the dark side. He's on the dark side. I'm a Jedi. I'm a Jedi Knight. I can't be helping the dark side soldiers. I know exactly what's wrong with his channel. I know exactly what's wrong with his content. I ain't helping him. And he put out something like, $200 to evaluate my channel. I was like, are you crazy? Because if someone goes ahead and goes in his channel and gives him the appropriate evaluation, that's worth like $2,000 to $6,000 because he's going to make so much more money. So that's another reason. But it was life changing because when I just don't even know how to express it, how grateful I was at writing a book that was full of typos, that had errors, and I still made 62,000. Probably would have made cracked 100 and some if everything was perfect. But I still lean on the fact that I did everything wrong. I put the blog together myself. Go back to my old YouTube videos. I am recording in SD, which is standard definition. And for the longest, I was like, how does everyone else get their video to go like that without the black bars? I didn't even know. I was filming in standard definition for almost 2 years and didn't even know, and I still won. You don't understand. I still won. It's crazy. Erica Williams, Instagram, food, travel, fitness, all bank. Yep. Let's see. Hold on. Ranty Rome, Instagram is sex sales, pretty much. Ben Theodore, you're right. I made the sacrifice. I took a job that pays me less than I'm worth, but gives me the freed up time and mental space to build my empire. Best decision ever. Because see, some of you, and I know you don't want to hear this, you might have to take a few steps back. This is why you got to have a budget. This is why you got to handle your money a certain way, because if you're on the road, and I'm not saying this is you because I don't know your situation, but if you're living at the top of your income and you have no excess to invest, or you have no way to get out, that's a bad place to be. It really is. D. Coleman Show. What's up? Guidance as to products to produce, promote, and sell. Douglas. Do this. I want you to do this tonight. I want you to take a sheet of paper, and I want you to write down everything that interests you. Because a lot of people's like, hey, Glendon, what should I sell? Hey, Glendon, I don't know. I don't know you. And if you get into something because, quote, it's hot, and you have no interest in it, you're actually creating a job that you hate for yourself. Think about that. So take a sheet of paper, go in a quiet room. If you need to turn on some old slow jams or something to get your mind right, do that and spend an hour thinking, what interests me? What makes my heart beat? What am I truly driven by? Because, like, all right, if I wanted to, I could probably make 6 figures a year teaching people how to make thumbnails. I'm serious. There's so many ways that you can make money, and you don't need to worry about, quote, the monetization immediately. You need to worry about, can I do this for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years? Because see, that's the thing. Because anyone can do something they don't like for a few months or a few years, but after some point, it's just going to grind on you. So you need to figure out what interests you. You need to get lean. You need to get your bills paid. You need to be able to live on 50% of your income. Because working a job is one of the things that keeps you in a bad situation because you have no money. Like, all right, give you an example. Anytime, like, hold on, I actually can flip the camera here. I'm going to show you this. And I got a confession too. So yesterday I went to IKEA to get that, right? Because we're going to do the live training in here. And I'm going to get another bank of desk and stuff that's going to be currently where I'm currently sitting. And it was $250, and the Uber driver, yes, I used Uber because that was actually cheaper than renting something. And I tipped the Uber driver $35. So I came out of pocket $350, right? To get that in here. And I'll probably come out of pocket another $350 to get that in here. Once in my life, I couldn't do that. The way it is now, that every time I need to do something for my business, I just go out and get it. I don't even have to think about it. This computer here is like $5,000, so I had to get some insurance. I paid for the year. And I'm not doing this to brag. I'm not doing this to boast. What I'm saying is, you got to get your money situation together where you're on so you can do what you need to do when you need to do it. Because I remember waiting to do stuff, waiting to get paid to do stuff. One time, and this is crazy because this guy helped me out, but I had an old car. I had a Nissan Stanza, and it was so old that the fuel gauge stopped working. So I just used to estimate. Well, this time I estimated wrong. I was heading to Northside Hospital to pick up my paycheck. I had no money. So the car runs out of gas. We're on 75, kind of close to Northside Drive. And then I had put Jessica, she was riding with me on my shoulder. I'm walking, and I'm just like, I got like $2 on me. And this guy pulls over and he says, any man that's walking with his kids got to be a good dude. He gives me $20. He's like, hey, you just take that. Got me some gas, took me back to my car, and I went to work and got my check. That's how broke I was. It sucks. It absolutely sucks being that broke that you got to wait 2 weeks to get money so you can do something. That is horrible. And that's why Hustle Camp is built the way that it is, because there's a lot of people who's like, I don't want the budgeting. I don't want to do the net worth thing. I don't want to. No, I just want to go ahead and start hustling and making money, and they're going to fail. They're going to fail because they don't know how to manage money. They're going to fail because they don't know what they're doing. They're just going to hit the ground running really, really hard, really, really fast, and they're going to fail really hard, really fast, and give up, and then be up in the comments like, you ain't nothing but a scam artist. Help the common man. That's what you're going to get. ePimp just need to set aside time to research and understand what's all out there. No, well, yes, ePimp, but you also need to be doing. You need to be executing. If you read a book on Audible, after you read that book, you need to start implementing, or while you're reading that book, you need to start implementing those tactics right then and there. Because there's a lot of people who are just caught up in research. Let's see. Alexander Hogarth, how to test or validate an ideal. I'm going to do this course. Go on Facebook. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this course. I'm not sure I'm going to do it. How many people are interested? Put 1 or 2 in there. If, like yesterday, for this live training, I put 2 offers out. I said, hey, if you're a member of Hustle Camp, you can come here for the live training. There's one person like, let me know, I'm going to buy a plane ticket. But he's a member of Hustle Camp, so he's going to get this free. And then I put some on Facebook, and it absolutely fell flat. Now, why did it fall flat? Well, the video, I used Wirecast, and the video for like the first 7 seconds is just like, let me show you. Can I do it? I don't think I can do it. Is it going to do it? No, it's not going to do it. So essentially, the Wirecast broadcast patch was up for like 7-8 seconds. On the internet, 7-8 seconds is an incredibly long time. And I think that's, in my presentation, I wasn't energetic. So I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to point it out, and I'm going to do some stuff. But one platform, the offer worked. On another one, it didn't. And I don't know if it was me or the offer, so I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to put it out on Instagram, and I'm going to put it out on Craigslist. And I'm going to walk around this office complex, and I'm like, hey, my name's Glendon Cameron. I run a YouTube channel. Do you want to learn how to do YouTube? I'm going to do all that because to get my first 20 people, I'm probably going to have to do all that. But that's what it takes. So that's how you have to validate your offer. Whoa. Let's see. It jumped. Carl Sneed was offered a job yesterday, $85K plus company car. I told him thanks, but I haven't worked in the corporate America in over 16 years. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go to a normal 9 to 5. Living off that money. All right. Joshua Hill, my thing is just picking and sticking with a topic. I have so many interests. What you do is you, once again, on that sheet of paper, you write down your interests and you rank them what's number one, what's number two, what's number three, and you say for the next 30 days, I'm gonna do number one, and if that doesn't work out, I'm gonna do 30 for the next 30 days. I'm gonna do number two. ePimp in general, you can sell stuff or you can sell ideas. Selling stuff is just a pain in the ass. Yes and no. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. When I wrote that book, it opened a new world for me. It opened up a new door. It opened up more possibilities than I ever knew, because if I had not become sick, if my partner wasn't diagnosed with cancer, we'd probably still be in the storage auction business to this day. So I was booted out. I didn't really quit. I was forced out, and it opened up this door, and the possibilities have led me to six-figure consulting contract, book deals that I turned down, interviews, travel, meeting new people. I mean, it's just mind-boggling what you can do. And selling physical stuff is what put me on. Selling physical stuff is what gave me all these skills to train you. So it can be a pain in the ass, but if you are broke Dick Danny or penniless Priscilla and you have no skills, you have no desire, you don't know what you want to do, selling stuff is pretty good. And it's also the fastest way to make some money. Raw Dog 23, currently doing drop shipping on eBay, having okay sales while in school. See, these youngsters, they're coming. We're going to have a whole class of folks in the next generation who will never hold a job and will not make okay money. They will make fantastic money. But I have stayed away from Facebook and Twitter for 2 years because I wasn't using it beneficially. How can I rebrand myself? Just do it, Raw Dog. Trending business. Let's see. Left the prison state of Florida, had my junk removal and cleanup company, and I told the captain I need a step-by-step guidance on how to set up my site and social media to make money A to Z and nuts and bolts. Where's the front door where I can make online cash, but I'm not tech savvy? This is the beauty about online stuff. You don't have to be tech savvy. You can hire someone in India to do that stuff. So what you need to do is pick something first, because you're going like, I can set up my site. What are you selling? Who are you selling to? Who's your avatar? I mean, there's a lot of work you got to do before you even get started. What's up, Michael? What's up, Archangel? Najee Johnson. I'm tired of my job. Money's okay, but I'm willing to learn. What do you recommend me starting for beginners with your products? I'm going to ask you this, Najee. What interests you? What are you really interested in? And a lot of people, they don't know because they got to actually do some scratching up. Ranting. Rome, I'm learning content. If you start a channel that gets loads of videos or ebooks, get 3 or more, keep them coming back. No one video or one ebook wonder in unicorns. That's true. You got to put out products, because that brings me up to this point. When I wrote Making Money A to Z with Self-Storage and Auctions, I got a lot of people. It's like, okay, this thing about Craigslist, could you touch on that? Boom, new book. I mean, it's one thing builds upon the other. But see, if you don't get started, there's nothing to build. So you got to get started. You know, I wrote Making Money A to Z. I wrote Pimping Craigslist. I wrote the Garage Sale book. Oh, here's this course. Oh, here's what was the Hustler's Mindset Project. That worked good for a minute, but the execution was sloppy. Then it's like, okay, well, let's do this. Then there was Hustler's Kung Fu. Worked great. And then, oh, okay, well, let's do Hustle Camp. And Hustle Camp came about because I wanted to do something that impacted people. And one of the things that I let go in my journey to helping people is I can't help everybody. If I only help 100 people in Hustle Camp, so be it. And that's very liberating, because a lot of us want to save the world, and you can't save the world. Trending business, how do you advertise the links to your sales page? Several ways. You can put a link on your YouTube channel. You can put a link on Facebook. I mean, once again, work on your offer. Douglas, I mean, broke is sad. I don't know what you're talking about, Pep. The Wow Jones report, trying to do research and get to the bottom of what's real legitimate is like a Tom and Jerry chase. The Wow, one of the things with hustler porn, and this is one of the things you got to ask yourself. You see a young guy, he's on YouTube, he's driving a nice car, but he doesn't have nice clothes on, and he's living in a very small, as someone said, all of these Shopify guys in a small bedroom with a bed with no sheets on it. Subconsciously, these things don't really speak to you. Like, there's something wrong, but you can find it if you just sit back and be practical. Being creative and innovative and finding ways to do business better than anyone else is what sets you apart. Well, that's true. My biggest need is gaining social proof for some new concept that I believe in. No, Ben Theodore, no. You need 5 to 20 people to sell your stuff to. This is, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. For this YouTube channel, I don't know about anyone else's channel, but for this YouTube channel, people buy the first week or two. So for me to, quote, do a sales funnel and all this other stuff, I was literally leaving money on the table because here's this person that's like, I'm ready to buy right now. What you got? But, oh, don't buy now. Let me send you this email. And you know how I found that out? I talked to 200 people. I put my phone number on this channel, and I talked to 200 people. So you don't need all of that stuff. You need 5 to 20 people that you can sell to and build from that. We had a conversation about that, Rockstone. V doesn't want to do that. Sure thing, Raw Dog. Sham Sim, direct response offer means the most efficient, scalable skill online. No. This is what direct response is going to teach you. It's going to teach you how to craft an offer. It's going to teach you how to sell, because this is it. Because one of the things, there is no funnel. It's like, here's my offer. You're going to buy it or not. Why didn't you buy it? What are your objections? Direct response for someone who's brand new to the internet is the best thing ever. I'm in Atlanta. Shalise, I mean, it's wow. Okay, pimp. I'm working 9 to 5. Michael Dennis, do you or have you ever bought ad space from big media, LO Ken or Times or CBS or CNN? Valencia actually used to set that stuff up. I am not going to do it because even though it can be cheap, I know how the internet works. So I probably will not be doing anything on CBS or CNN or none of that. Because the thing is, my audience isn't actually in those places. All right, we're going over here to an hour. Sure thing, Sam. All right, so for those of you who are still here, now I wonder if this is going to do what it needs to do. Because if you're not interested in Hustle Camp, you can just go ahead and leave now, because I'm going to show the people what they're getting. What the hell? All right, hold on a second. There we go. Hold on a second. I know there will be a massive run of folks leaving because I'm about to. Okay, here we go. I think this is going to work. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to, what the heck? All right, there we go. That presentation is over, and I'm going to jump into some other stuff, some of the good stuff that's in Hustle Camp. Because there's some things I need to explain a little bit better. All right, so we're in here. So one of the things I'm going to do that's a little different, because I haven't quite done it yet, but I'm rewriting all of the copy, and essentially what's going to happen is if you're in Hustle Camp and I have a live event in Atlanta, you can come. That's part of the deal. And I'm going to have probably 3 to 4 live events. Now, also, if we get in a situation where there's overflow, like 20 people from Hustle Camp come and they're like, hey, so what I'm gonna do is create an additional date. I'll say, okay, for all you Hustle Camp people, you're just gonna be in a separate class by yourself, and I'll have the event for other people. And also, I'm still waiting on these t-shirts. Every class gets a new t-shirt. So let's see, let's go into, let's say Fat Cat Secrets. There's going to be a shirt for that. There's going to be a shirt for, there's going to be like a general shirt, the Hustlers Kung Fu. I may go Hustlers Kung Fu University. It's probably going to be a silver and black with a dragon. So it's going to be a lot of gear. Now, if you buy Hustlers Kung Fu, Hustlers Camp, you get all the gear. So let's say January of next, let's say April of next year, I do a new course and I release a shirt, you get it. So that's one of the things, because we're making this very swag heavy, and we're also adding some more stuff, because one of the things I did was I created blanks, because essentially that way Patty don't have to add you. Like once you buy Hustle Camp, you get it, you're in. And then also I'm going to be breaking down the trust, the LLCs. I'm going to go a little deeper on that, because I think I can go pretty fast and lean on the parenting partnership stuff, because that's, well, it's super simple to me, but I think that I will get a little deeper that. And also I started on the audiobook. In the audiobook, if you're in Hustle Camp, you get that. And an audiobook's going to come with a t-shirt. So every product that I come out with is going to come with a t-shirt. We're going to have pins. We're going to have probably mouse pads. We're probably going to have hats. We're going to have a lot of swag. And for the early folks, because like I said, there's only like 45 people in Hustle Camp. And then the folks who got on the payment plan, they're locked in. So, and then after we get up to, because like I said, 5 p.m., I'm going up to 2,500 or 3,000. I hadn't decided yet. And then after I complete 2 more courses, get them done, get them all right, because my writer Belinda is working on the written aspect of the parenting course, and then the book, I'm going to do the audio book, and then she's going to write it, but it'll be in my words because I dictated it, because I finally figured out how to do this. And then there's going to be that audio book, there's going to be another audio book, there's going to be a lot of stuff, which will be extremely expensive as a one-off, because the book I'm going to sell, I'm going to probably sell it for $100. I'm not going to have any of these 5, 6, 7, 8. No. It's going to be $100. It might be $200, because the thing is, the information in the book is going to be so tight that it will be life-changing, because I'm out of the business of just creating courses to create courses.